Zhen knew he would be among the top members of Team Celestial if he joined since he was already at the third stage. From the information God gave him, there were only 4 people who reached the third stage and higher among all teams excluding Team Devil. He was one of them, so even if he was to join Team Celestial, he had the power to rival anyone in the team. Of course there was also the possibility that other people exchanged high-ranked enhancements. He could not deny the fact that he would have a higher chance of surviving if he joined. However, that would mean Team China needed to repeat the movies or team battles with a new guide to choose a leader again. The best outcome was few surviving at the cost of many and the worst was a wipe. The difference between having a leader or not was too big. Not only was it due to individual power but also the lack of preparations and enhancement guidance. The leader was the real guide that could build the team to form a powerful force. Unlike how Team China was, enhancing without a direction and entering without any preparations. But now this team could become stronger step by step as long as Zheng survives. This was the reason he refused. His memories and comrades were here. He had things that he could never forget, Ji, Xian, Zero, Tenji. The memories of these comrades were craved into his heart and became part of him. It would be a betrayal if he chose to leave. God was rather lenient with this decision. He could still change his mind before he told the other members about the guide and leader position. Though Zheng had already decided. He took a deep breath then walked over to God and connected to the system. After checking his points, he had 4,270 points including the 1,270 points from before. It seemed like there were 4 movie characters still alive since he finished the movie in advance, giving him 2,000 points, plus the 1,000 base points. So every member received 3,000 points. God, repair everyone. Deduct the points from me. Zheng sighed, then yelled out. Several beams covered everyone. The beams on Yingkong and Honglu were rather faint and the beams on Lan and Hung were much brighter. It took almost a minute before Lan and Hung were lowered back down. Zheng knew this was due to unlocking the constraint for the first time. Hung woke up after everyone was repaired. He immediately jumped back while doing the action of drawing a bell. But he laughed coyly after taking a look around. Haha, my head is still sleeping. I feel like I had a long dream. Zheng became an enemy in my dream and I kept sniping him. I even used the charged shot. It looked so powerful. Haha. Zheng smiled bitterly as he shook his head. No, that's not a dream. Whatever, just think of it as a dream. Honglu immediately thought of something. He looked around and said. This means we completed Final Destination 2. Where is Ji? I want to know the truth. The others also looked around. There were no traces of Ji and Nana. Only Lori and a woman in her late 20s were running over from afar. So they all turned to Zheng. He touched the cigarette butt in his pocket and took a deep breath. Come to my room, I will tell you everything. Even though they spent 3 days in the movie, only 1 day and night had passed in this dimension. Honglu had told Ran not to come out but she still came to wait for him and met Lori who was also waiting in the platform. The 2 ladies made a big meal waiting for their return. Honglu blushed as he lowered his head, avoiding eye contact with everyone. But the woman was very open. She took Honglu's hand and headed over to the table. She had a tender smile and mature temperament. Everyone was laughing secretly but at least they didn't show it. The players looked at each other after the meal. Seeing this, Ran was considerate to begin cleaning the table with Lori then leave afterward. Once the 2 ladies were gone, Zheng took out the cigarette butt and told the others about Ji's past, the benefits of a leader, and his choice. This is basically it. Even though God throws people into the horror movies, it wishes for evolution not killing. The reason we had such difficult movies was because of the coexistence of the guide and leader. Now, I became the leader of Team China. He put back the cigarette butt into his pocket. The others were quietly thinking to themselves. Honglu said after a while. Why did you refuse? Don't want to part with us? In fact, we have a rather high chance of survival even with just the 4 of us. But what about you? You lost the chance to leave this world after tell us. Joining that team can almost guarantee survival in most movies. Zheng laughed. Since I've already made my choice, there's no point to discuss any further. It's better to spend your energy on how we can make use of the benefits from the leader. Before that, I wish to put a stone tablet in the center of the platform. God has ones that can retain everything we carve on the tablet for 100 years, even after we die or leave this world. Honglu twirled his hair as he sat on the chair. There are many types of tablets, right? Zheng nodded. Yes. The one with the message outside needs 10,000 points from each member, but it lasts eternally and will only appear when certain conditions are met. I chose the cheapest one that only needs 200 points from everyone. I have 3,710 points. You all probably should have at least 3,000 points. Spending 200 isn't much. Honglu took a deep breath. There are too many things to exchange from God. Enhancements, abilities, sci-fi weapons, magical weapons, supporting items, at least over hundreds of thousands. No human can read through all of them. Now that we have a speed reader, we don't have to worry about wasting points. Zheng laughed bitterly at being called a speed reader then Honglu continued. So what's the next movie? It wouldn't be a difficult one again. Zheng's smile disappeared as he muttered. I don't know if we are lucky or not. God selects difficulty according to the strongest member in the team. I am at the 3rd stage of the unlock mode. The next movie is Alien, Resurrection. They just heard that the later in the series, the more difficult the movie was. Even though sci-fi was a low difficulty genre, but it was the 4th of the series. Everyone fell into silence. Honglu pulled a strand of hair. We don't have to feel so anxious. There are only a few situations that can threaten us judging from our power levels. First is team battles. It can be the most dangerous one or there won't even be a fight depending on the other team. Everyone is a large amount of points to the other team but it's also easy to get killed, just like Team India. Second, sudden change of plot. Like how you almost wiped in Alien. Third, disaster films, war films, massive scale sci-fi films, and ones like Final Destination. But God wouldn't put us into these unless we become really strong. Even though this is the fourth in the series, I don't think it should be too difficult. Just prepare enough SC5 weapons. Zheng smiled bitterly again. Once a team obtained a leader, then all created beings must also enter the movies. Unless you spend a rank D reward to exchange their freedom. They must also enter this movie. He pointed to Lori and ran. Honglu was still playing with his hair, then he jumped up as soon as he heard these words. What the heck? What do you think movie worlds are? Forcing two women without enhancements, who couldn't even handle a gun into the worlds. Are you crazy? Honglu had lost his cool and acted like a child. They could see the panic on his face. But Zheng just looked at him quietly. His face reddened and he took several deep breaths before going back to his chair. He looked more like a real child compared to his usual self. He held onto his legs with his head on top of his knees and tears just flowed down his face. He raised his head after quite a while then asked. Is there no way to change? What happens if they don't enter? Zheng sighed. He could tell that something must have happened in his past to cause this change. Although he was still a child, he could remain more calm than most adults under many circumstances. At least Zheng couldn't face death like he does. But he suddenly became frightened when he heard the two women had to enter the movies. Zheng could imagine that something happened to him and he created this woman based on someone in his past, someone so dear to him died in that event. If anyone doesn't enter the beam in time, then any part not inside the beam will be erased. If you only have your upper body inside the beam, then your lower body will disappear. We don't have a choice. All we can do is study the details of Alien Resurrection as much as possible, imagine the possible missions God might give us, and exchange suitable weapons and items. We will leave this to you, Honglu. Zheng said to him in a serious tone. Honglu calmed down. He closed his eyes and pulled his hair one by one. Basically what we need are energy weapons, vibration weapons, and corrosive weapons. Due to the fact that we will be inside a spaceship, explosive weapons can cause damage to the ship, penetrative weapons might pierce through the ship and put us in an unfavorable environment. So I prefer those three types of weapons. Zheng got up from his chair and laughed. Not much use discussing this here. Let's go over to God and see the weapons. The leader benefit can help us quickly choose suitable items. Let's go. They followed Zheng to the platform. Then he closed his eyes to connect with God. After a while, Zheng opened his eyes and said bitterly. All those you mentioned are high-tech weapons. For energy weapons, two big categories are laser guns and neutron guns. Laser guns cost less but are also less powerful. A fission battery can fire 50 shots. Neutron guns use fusion batteries and can fire 3,000 shots. Its power is comparable to an RPG. But even the cheapest ones for both these types of weapons need a rank D reward. The batteries are also costly. Honglu thought for a moment. What about vibration weapons? Zheng opened his hands. Same. Belong to high-tech weapons. Aside from air cannons and air guns, everything else is massive. Air cannons and air guns need to drain energy from the user so you can't use them. This category is out. As for corrosive weapons, I found a melting gun that might be of use. It also uses fission batteries but its range is only 50 meters. This gun can shoot an energy ball of high heat about the size of a basketball. The energy ball will release several thousand degrees of heat upon impact and melt anyone. It only needs 1,000 points. The batteries are also only 200 points each. Each battery can last for 20 shots. You should only need to hit one shot to kill an alien. Honglu asked a little worried. It sounds not bad but is it big? I am afraid I can't hold it in hand. Zheng laughed. Energy weapons are usually not big. We can't exchange the big ones either. But I have something else for you, Hung, Yinkong, and Lan. Hung, you can still use your bow. There are some arrows you will probably like. The enchanted +3 arrows are 10 points each. There are also +4 ones but they are 10 times the price, and +5s are 1,000 points each. I think the +3 should be powerful enough. The description says it will increase a shot's power without modifying the shot's speed and range, and can pierce through some tough objects. Want to give it a try? Hung was excited. He gained 3,000 points out of nowhere. If he didn't have to exchange the melting gun, then he could use at least 1,000 points on the arrows. Of course, he needed to try one first. Zheng then turned to Yinkong. Something you might like is a memory wire. It will remember the temperature of the first person it touches. So no one else can actually use it after you touched it. When it is in contact with your body temperature, it will become soft as silk. When it leaves your body, it will become hard. The most important thing is, the wire is 8 meters long, thin as a hair, extremely resilient, and has a high resistance to being corroded. It will be very suitable for an assassin if you can learn to use it within these 10 days. She paused for a moment then asked like a child. Memory wire? The one special agents in movies use to wrap around someone's neck instead of backstabbing their heart. It sounded to Zheng like those agents were failures. He wiped his sweat and said. If you don't like it then I will find something else for you. No, no. Her eyes brightened up. I will to give it a try. It sounds strong. 2,500 points, don't need any rank rewards. The other 4 people didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Yinkong was the calmest person aside from Zero. Never had anyone though she had a childish side. But she gave off a different type of beauty when her eyes were brightened. Zheng looked at Lan and said. Psyche Force diffusion plate. This metallic plate uses a special alloy and can buff your Psyche Force for a short period of time. The description says it's only usable to Psyche Force users, otherwise one can get exhausted mentally. I think this weapon suits you. It can also interfere with or even control organisms with a low mental capacity. However, the duration is very short. Each plate only lasts 30 seconds but costs 1,000 points. My advice is get 3 of these. We will handle the aliens in regular fights. When it comes to a critical situation, we will depend on you. Okay. Lan nodded obediently. She became more compliant but also more aloof toward Zheng after the movie. Zheng sighed to himself. Then he turned to everyone else. This is basically it. I hope everyone can get familiar with the new weapons before the next movie comes. Hung and Hunglu, you can use a third of the ammunitions to learn them, you will also need to control the projectile range. Memory wire has no such restriction, so Yinkong, do your best. Lan, just keep training with Psyche Scan. Psyche Force is also a type of energy that can be improved through training, though it will take a lot of time. Zheng paused for a bit then looked at the sphere of light. This is the first time we enter a movie as an actual team. How should I explain about the third stage of the unlock mode? It should be unlocking a constraint on your brain this time, but not completely. I think it needs at least stage 4 to completely remove this constraint on the brain. It had been several days since they came back. Everyone tested the powers of their new weapons in the meantime. To their surprise, they could create fission batteries in their rooms. Hunglu induced that the real world was probably researching or had this technology already, so they could appear in the room. Zheng remembered Qian used him to carry a memory device back to the real world. The device was full of blueprints for technologies. Then it was really possible that the government had created fission batteries. And now they were the first beneficiaries. They could test the melting guns however they liked. When the team finished training in the basement this day, Yinkong suddenly asked Zheng about the third stage of the unlock mode. Though it was difficult to answer. Zheng thought for a long time. He pulled a strand of hair and said, "People are constantly emitting brainwaves. These waves vary their frequency every second. Unlocking the third stage is like developing the unused areas of your brain. Once you entered the third stage, you can simulate the brainwaves of people you have been in contact with and simulate their thoughts, actions, and even some of their abilities. That's the third stage, simulation." Hungler paused in surprise when he saw Zheng's action and immediately said, "Are you simulating me? How complete is the simulation?" Zheng laughed. "About 30 to 40%. Must be people you're familiar with and be in contact after you unlock the first stage. Because that's when you start to remember their brainwaves. Currently I can only simulate Qian, Zero, Tenji, and you guys. I still need to keep practicing. The current level of simulation is too low. It said that you can reach 100% in the fourth stage. And it won't be limited to people you're familiar with, but also some animals and other life forms that you've seen. God only gave a name of the ability for the fourth stage, genetic manipulation. Ho ho." The others fell into thinking, but judging by their expressions, Hunglu seemed to be the only one who thought of something. No wonder you need the fourth stage to use enhancements to their full potential. We are still only normal people. Those enhancements and abilities were created by life forms in legends or the like. So we need to become similar to those life forms to use the enhancements. The fourth stage gives us this power. If God's goal is evolution, genetic manipulation seems incredible enough. What would the fifth stage be?" Zheng laughed. God also gave the name for the fifth stage ability, energy manipulation. Ho ho, I don't really understand it, but I think it might be referring to energies like chi or blood energy. It's still too early to think so far ahead. No one reached the fourth stage yet within all regular teams. Though we don't know about Team Devil or Celestial. God doesn't reveal any information about those two teams. Zheng said as everyone fell into thinking again. "Okay, don't think so much about what will happen. We have more critical things to consider. Hunglu, did finish making what I want?" Hunglu nodded. "There are still some minor issues to go over, but it should be completed tomorrow. They are not as good as my jade pendant but can still block quite a bit of damage. It should be enough for a sci-fi movie. The overall difficulty has been lowered since you obtained the leader position. You can discover the full potential God offers." Zheng thought his brain out for the two women. They didn't have the rank rewards, so defensive items like the jade pendant were out. Plus, if they had the rewards for such items, they would be better spent on not entering the movie. So he searched for items that could temporarily take the place of the jade pendant. He finally found a high-tech defensive shield that was powered by fission batteries. The shield could isolate any attack the user deemed as damaging. Of course, it was only limited to physical attacks. It had no effect against spiritual attacks. Fortunately, the movie they were going into only had physical attacks. So Zheng suggested making one for everyone. The defensive shield alone costed 1,500 points and a rank D reward. However, since it was only a high-tech item, the blueprint, theories, and materials were inexpensive. It cost them less than 500 points to create one, as long as someone could assemble the materials. The shield was a metallic plate the size of his palm. This job naturally landed on Hunglu. But it still took him 7 days to finish reading the blueprints and begin the assembly. Judging from his progress, there shouldn't be any problem completing the assembly before entering the next movie. This made Zheng and Hunglu less worried, not enough for them to relax, but they didn't have to worry about their women suddenly getting killed. On the night before the 9th day, 2 days before entering, everyone agreed to take a break for these last 2 days. So they could relax and also teach the two women how to survive. All the preparations were done. They could only do their best to fight. After Lori fell asleep, Zheng came to the basement quietly. He slowly closed his eyes and focused his mind. A special feeling emerged from within. It was as if Qian, Zero, Tenji, Ji all appeared in front of him. They looked at him quietly and he could use their power and thoughts at will, just like everyone was fighting alongside him. He bore the powers of his comrades whether they had disappeared or died. These powers will stay with him until he dies or leaves this world. Zheng suddenly opened his eyes. He picked up a sniper rifle from the ground and lay down as he aimed at a little tree far away. The tree broke in half with one shot. This shot hit the center of its trunk. Zheng's face had turned expressionless. He jumped up from the ground and took out 2 handguns. He flipped forward while shooting on the ground in front of him. Then he took out a dagger from the ring. He walked silently forward with increasing speed. As he moved past a tree with extreme speed, the dagger already pierced into the center of the tree. Then he stood there and took out the Book of the Dead and the key. He chanted the words on the book, in ancient Egyptian. Little bulges appeared on the ground and suddenly stone thorns shot out from them. Any person that would have stood on top would be pierced. Zheng's eyes finally returned normal. He took several deep breaths as he endured the pain from entering the unlock mode. He knew he succeeded unlocking the third stage and gathered the power of his comrades. It was strong enough even though he couldn't use them to their full potential. Come at me. Horror movies. I won't die. I will live on no matter what. Although Zheng told everyone to stop training, that next movie was more important than anything to him. Because the happiness he had searched for so long would be lost if he fails. He didn't want nor wish for that to happen. So he couldn't fail no matter what it takes. He had been practicing the third stage of the unlock mode these past several days and began to understand some things. Like it only simulated the best ability of the target, and had a limited duration. Staying in the state too long would cause headaches, which would be detrimental during a fight. So finding the limit of the duration was most valuable accomplishment these few days. For everyone else's preparation, Hung was more hardworking than everyone. He had talents with archery to begin with, and now that he unlocked the first stage, he could shoot up to 3 arrows with the burst shot. Its speed and destructiveness stepped up a huge level. However, the shortcoming that came along was a decrease in accuracy compared to shooting with 2 arrows. Although he successfully used burst shot with 3 arrows on the 8th day, that shot hit the ground next to the target. Hung caressed the +3 arrow that had a faint glow. There were rune words and archaic characters carved on the arrow. He hadn't tested the power of the arrow yet because of its cost. I have to test it at least once. Otherwise, if something goes unexpected, those monsters would tear me apart. Hung shivered as he imagined the aliens coming close to him. He drew 3 of the +3 arrows but then put one back after he thought for a bit. He drew the bow to a half moon shape, aiming at a stone. He focused his attention and used the incredible technique with 2 arrows, the burst shot. Then he stared at the scene afar astounded. Even though it was 1,000 meters away, he could still see clearly. However, the scene was mind-blowing. He carefully took out another arrow and studied it carefully. With this power, single shots will be enough. I won't let any alien get close to me in the next movie. Yingkong's training seemed more relaxing but also more weird compared to Hung's. She sat on a flat ground with her eyes closed. It was the same pitch-black basement of her room. Numerous wooden pillars surrounded a metal pillar in the center. She faced the pillars with her eyes closed while holding onto the memory wire. After some time had passed, Yingkong opened her eyes and walked forward. She stood outside the wooden pillars and swung her arm heavily at the metal pillar then stood in place. A few seconds later, the metal pillar was cut in half from the middle then slid off. The cut was smooth as a mirror. She breathed out then pulled back the memory wire that was wrapped around the pillar. Then turned around to the stairs. Everyone was different before entering. Aside from practicing the psyche scan, Lan was often absent-minded with her fingers over her lips and a smile, though that smile would quickly turn into a bitter one. Her expressions kept rotating between being absent-minded and smiling. She sighed then took out her diary. He kissed me to save me. I wouldn't have special feelings if that's the only thing, but I can feel that he was tempted at the last moment. I'm certain. But what can I do? Why do he and she have to be so cruel to me? Isn't it better to just push me into despair once and for all? Why the hopes every time and despair when I'm about to reach them? I don't want to continue like this. Perhaps if she dies. I'm disgusted at myself for having these thoughts. Am I really such a malevolent woman? No, I don't want her to die. Lori is a nice girl, is the one he likes, and she likes him. They should be together. Good things should happen to good people, they should be together. Tear dripped on the white paper drop by drop with every word she wrote. In contrast, Hungle's room was much more fuzzy. She forced Ran to wear the cheongsam he designed. Her legs were partially visible. And the cheongsam was obviously one size too small. It wrapped around her so tight that it displayed all her curves. She stood in front of Hungle with a blushed face and said uncomfortably. Can you let me wear my undergarments? Little brother. Hungle smiled. No, I made this cheongsam after taking your measurements carefully. Don't you feel that it suits you? Hee, don't worry, you will only wear this when there's no one else around. I won't allow you to wear it otherwise. Take this. Does this jade pendant look good? Although her face was still red, she took the pendant from Hungle's hand and looked it over carefully. Yes. It looks beautiful. Is this for me? Hungle scratched his head and said. Yes. I've never given you any gift. Ho ho, it's not the best grade of jade, but I will definitely exchange a better accessory for you in the future. Ran embraced him passionately then kissed him when he was surprised. Hungle backed out after a while, blushing. What are you doing? I couldn't breathe. Remember to keep it close to you at all times. Actually no, I want to see you wear it on your neck now. Hee, hurry. She rolled her eyes at him then unbuttoned the top of her cheongsam as her face grew even redder. She pulled open the cheongsam slightly and put the pendant on. Zheng carefully checked over everything in his ring. The melting guns, the fission batteries, hemostasis sprays, bandages, some magical bullets, a submachine gun, a military jungle knife to replace the progressive knife he lost in the last movie. The sharpness was nowhere near the progressive knife, but it was made of a corrosion-resistant material. That was why Zheng chose it. 10 gold bars in case something unexpected happens, several charms to deal with possible spiritual beings, the Book of the Dead and its key, and a defensive shield. After checking his items, Zheng turned to Lori and said with a serious tone. Do you still remember what I said? Repeat it once or I will slap your ass. Lori blushed and bit her lips. Yeah, I remember. Stay conscious so the shield can activate, because it will lose its effect once I faint or lose consciousness. Then follow you close, stay within 3 meters of you. Don't touch or get close to anything that might be dangerous. Don't help any movie characters. Right. Zheng nodded seriously. Yes. You must do all of these. Otherwise I. Please, don't leave me alone again. I promised you I will live, so it's your turn to promise me. Stay alive. We will live on no matter what. We will live on together. Okay. He then held Lori in his arms. Lori stroked his hair tenderly and said in a light voice. Yes, we will live on. I want you to hold onto my hand and go for walks when we get old. We will live on together. We must live. Everyone stood in the platform the next morning. Although G and Nana were gone, it was still 7 people entering this time, and with 2 women who couldn't fight. Enter the beam within 30 seconds. Target locked. Alien, resurrection. Beginning transportation.